What's going on, guys? I'm Rod with Refuge, and today we're going to go over some basic land nav stuff that you should be thinking about and keeping in your repertoire for when you have to do land nav stuff, because hashtag you need to be prepared for anything, right? So first thing I want to go over is the importance of a compass and knowing how to use it, okay? This is a compass that I don't recommend ever having. Can they work? Yes. Are they going to be as accurate as an actual, no kidding, Linzetta compass that is used by the United States Military Armed Forces? No, okay? What you want to have in a good compass is something that has your trinium that glows in the dark in case you have to do land nav at night, all right? You have your cardinal directions, west and east, you know what's south, you know what's north, at least you should, all right? So having a compass and knowing how to use it is extremely important, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on a day like today, you might not be able to use the sun. There's no sun out today, so if you're in an area that you are not familiar with, you might not know which way is north and south, east and west. All right, so having a compass is extremely important, and knowing how to use it is extremely important, okay? Another thing that you're gonna need when it comes to basic land nav, and this is nothing classified, this is nothing new under the sun, this is stuff that I learned while going through survival and evasion when I was in the military, all right? Having a military triangle protractor to scale, having maps that are to scale with your protractor, as well as having note-taking gear and ranger beads. And that's gonna be spoken about in a different video, all right? And now this is probably the most important thing, all right? Actually knowing how to do it, okay? This is the Field Manual FM3 TAC 25.26 from the headquarters of the Department of the Army. It works. This stuff is, the information on how to do basic land nav stuff has been around for hundreds of years, okay? Another tool that we have in our toolbox when it comes to land nav, okay, is gonna be our cell phones, okay? You have Google Maps, you have Google Earth, you can get satellite images, you can see everything. The problem with these is that you might not always have cell service, and you might not always have a battery, right? Because batteries in our phones die, and there are areas, especially if you're out in the wilderness, right? You might not have a cell tower for a few hundred miles. It just depends on where you are, okay? So another tool that I highly recommend, and I don't have it with me today, would be some kind of a Garmin, right? Like a Fortrex series, right? Something that you could have on your wrist, something that you could carry spare batteries for, something that can give you your 10-digit grid, all right? Because who knows, maybe if you need to be rescued, you have radio communication, you're down to the last bar on your radio, who knows, right? But these are tools that you should be thinking about, and these are basic skills that you should have. You never know if you find yourself in a situation where you're in an area that you're not familiar with, and now it's not safe to travel the roads, and now we're walking. Or if you go on a hike in an area that you're not familiar with, and you get taken off the trail and you don't know exactly where you are, and now you need to find your way back to civilization, right? Because getting lost in the woods is a real thing, and there are people that die from that every year. So I hope that this has opened up your eyes for some preparedness mindset things, because we are in Preparedness Month, and having items doesn't mean that you actually know how to use it. Learn how to use your tools. See you guys next time.